welcome to part 4 of the Backrooms wiki. Today I am going to be showing you level 3, Electrical Station. Survival difficulty, class 4, unsafe, unsecure, medium entity count. Level 3 is the 4th level of the Backrooms. It is one of the first few levels that wanderers usually encounter. Description. Level 3 is a series of long, dark, twisting hallways that work similarly to Level 0. A hallway down Level 0, brightened for viewing convenience. Look at that. They all consist of randomly segmented rooms, which form in no particular pattern, and are extremely loud with the noises of machinery. The hallways are very narrow and enclosed, some even requiring wanderers of average height and build to bend, hunch, crawl, or walk sideways through them. The walls are comprised of dusty brown bricks, usually covered in segments of copper pipes and mechanical components. The floors are made of an even dustier gray tiled floor, whilst the ceiling is made entirely from metal. Another hallway with rusty prison bars, this time being closed off with no gate. Level 3 is one of the larger levels of the Backrooms, estimated at around 350 million square miles in area, 563 million square kilometers. This presumed size makes sightings of fellow wanderers scarce when traveling through Level 3. It is recommended that you enter Level 3 only if you are properly prepared to defend yourself from anything lurking in the hallways with you, as it is highly unlikely that any aid will come to you should you need it. Entrance to one of the electrical rooms, lit up only by the glowing generator. As mentioned, Level 0 and Level 3 share some similarities. The rooms are of similar size and layout, and the hallways of both are long and winding. However, the levels also contain some striking differences. One such example would pertain to the rooms of Level 3 themselves, which sometimes contain objects inside of them that help differentiates them from other rooms, something which Level 0 lacks. One of the more notable examples of this is that of a set of rusty prison bars captured in image 4 by the MEG in the initial exploration of the level in 2012. See the image attached to the right for a reference regarding the appearance of the bars. Further tests have demonstrated that no matter what methods were attempted, bars could never be removed or opened, nor the walls around them. Such obstructions have made it impossible to traverse certain portions of Level 3, so the level cannot be fully mapped at present. A darker hallway within Level 3, lit up by one of the uncommon fluorescent lights. MEG field explorers have reported that areas where prison bars are more numerous tend to instill a heightened sense of fear and extreme discomfort in wanderers. Wanderers often claim to feel as if they are being watched, and have even claimed to see strange figures lurking beyond the bars. The MEG has concluded that such phenomena are either the result of hallucinations or merely rumors. Level 3 shares many similarities with Level 2, such as the fact that walls are typically lined with pipes. The pipes are far less abundant than those of Level 2, but can still be found lining the corners of most hallways. The echo of the viscous black sludge that flows through these pipes is one of the main sources of noise within the level. The sludge in question is highly toxic and emits deadly fumes that cause damage to the body's nervous system if inhaled, as well as second/third-degree burns upon direct contact with skin. All studies attempting to analyze the chemical composition of the sludge have yielded inconclusive results. This in itself poses an obstacle to research on the substance's properties and potential functions. Out-of-place electrical rooms can also be found randomly throughout the hallways of Level 3. These electrical rooms can vary greatly in every single aspect, but the majority of them are extremely dark and contain a single generator. Electrical or electronic appliances such as breaker boxes, computers, loose wires, security camera monitors, and fluorescent lights have also been reported. Level 3, while relatively dangerous, is considered a hotspot for supply bases. This is because Level 3 is rich with resources such as almond water, false outlets, liquid pain, fire salt, royal rations, squirt guns, and bottle lightning. Along with the aforementioned items, other objects not native to the backrooms can be found throughout the level, such as knives, lighters, bolt cutters, flashlights, and other miscellaneous weapons or supplies. Notably, Level 3 is also the level in which Wi-Fi in the backrooms is at its strongest, sitting at a consistent 3 or 4 bars instead of fluctuating randomly like in the majority of other levels. The abundant machinery within the level causes temperatures within Level 3 to be uncomfortably warm but generally bearable, with the average temperature ranging widely from 66 to 93 F, 1833 Celsius. Long-distance travel across Level 3 is made difficult by regions in which the temperature may rise dramatically to become entirely inhospitable, with the highest temperature ever recorded being 135 F, 57 Celsius. Reports also exist of regions with damp, thick air, which makes the air in these areas difficult to breathe. The machinery of Level 3 is quite possibly the most dangerous aspect of its ambient environment. The machines found throughout the level operate autonomously without the need for external intervention. Wanderers may benefit from useful machinery or tap into the apparently infinite extra-normal supply of electricity powering them. However, the autonomy of these machines also make them hazardously volatile. Is that actually how you say it? Volatile. Machines often break down and require regular maintenance, which is dangerous since their power supply cannot be turned off by any means. Furthermore, the machines have been known to spontaneously combust or explode on several occasions, causing grievous injury to wanderers unfortunate enough to be in the vicinity. Despite this, the danger of machinery can be easily avoided if one does not act rashly while traversing the level, and instead scouts out a safe route. Entities. Level 3 contains many dangerous entities. It is almost impossible to traverse large distances without encountering them at least once. Hounds, facelings, wretches, Male and female death moths, skid stealers, dullers, smilers, punts, and bursters all seem to inhabit this level, preying on anyone unlucky enough to succumb to them. The crawler fungus has been found growing here, and high humidity makes it easy for the disease to spread here as well. So you are advised to maintain proper hygiene practices while making your way through the tunnels. Whilst these entities do not appear at every corner, their large numbers have caused countless casualties among wanderer circles and MEG operatives alike. These entities have even been reported to actively seek out hubs of human activity, particularly minor bases, in hopes of dismantling them and feasting on their occupants. Attacks on MEG-based Gamma are frequent, but often pose little to no threat due to the size and defensive capacities of the base in question. Smaller groups, such as the FOJ, have reported difficulty in keeping their outposts intact. Many of them have experienced near or total collapse of their outposts as a result of multiple attacks, and live in constant fear for their safety. Bases, communities, and outposts. Numerous groups have consistently attempted to set up bases in level 3 in order to make use of its abundant assets. A large proportion of these attempts fail merely days after they are established, as entities can and will attack vulnerable bases that are not prepared for the onslaught. The high failure rate should serve as a warning. Do not attempt to settle in level 3 unless you have the resources, manpower, and tenacity to do it. MEG, Base Gamma. Third most important MEG base. Around 300 operatives permanently stationed here, and a large number of others lodge here, oftentimes seeking refuge from entities which are contained within the level. Originally constructed by MEG operatives out of makeshift bricks, which were made of shredded toothbrushes, shoelaces, toy plastic horseshoes, and bottles of glue, all found in level 3 itself. The inhabitants of the base armed themselves with makeshift slings, which were made of electrical capsules of liquid paint as ammunition. Ammunition for these slingshots. Open to trading. Commonly attacked by swords of entities. The most well-powered base in the backrooms, and it's also targeted by humans for that reason. Largest documented base on level 3. BNTG, storage facility. Used as a primary storage facility for the BNTG. A multitude of resources belonging to the BNTG are stored in it, all prepared for trading in other levels. Open to trading, but their trades have been known to be unreasonably high. Around 150 permanent members, with the majority of visitors staying in for less than an hour due to the speed at which the BNTG transfers resources between levels. Second largest documented base on level 3. Followers of Jerry, Blue Salvation. Only 50 permanent members, set up for the purpose of resource collection. Very small in size and has come under siege and teetered on the edge of destruction multiple times. Hostile to those not willing to learn of Jerry. Unpredictable threat level. The Masked Maidens, unknown name. Unconfirmed base. Rumored to exist after frequent attacks on base Gamma from the Maidens. If encountered, avoid at all costs. at all costs. UEC, Base Skyla. Unknown amount of members, likely set up to collect resources, not open to trading. Should not be approached. Entrances and exits. Entrances. Unlocked doors on level 2 commonly lead back to level 3. Elevators on level 4 and level 5 can lead back to level 3. Entering bunkers on level 10 can sometimes lead to level 3. Buildings on level 11 that have a similar look to level 3 on the inside can sometimes teleport you to it. Rusty pipes found inside level 13 may lead to level 3 should you make contact with them. The metro is also an easy way to access level 3. What about the hub? Exits. Elevators on level 3 can usually lead back to level 4 and level 5. Wooden doors lead to level 31. Sitting in the front seat of cars that are found in the electrical rooms will cause you to fall unconscious. Upon waking up, you will be in level. Seriously? 69. I want to see. I want to see a sub level. I want to see a sub level of this. Okay, so we only have one. Space Complex, level 3.1. Okay, class 4. Unsecure medium entity count. Level 3.1, known as Space Complex, is a sublayer found within level 3. It is an array of rooms that are filled with machines and spacecraft. One of the many machines found inside the complex, but it only shows you one. Description. Sometimes, while traversing level 3, wanderers may come across a different set of rooms, which are filled with several different types of machinery that are specialized for spacecraft. They are connected by nothing but a handful of narrow corridors, which have been known to stretch for miles on end. Said occurrence happens due to the existence of what has been dubbed to level 3.1, a sublayer in level 3. The sublayer looks very different from level 3, with rooms being comprised of white walls and floors that are made of clean, shiny, light gray tiles. A significant chance from the industrial and gritty look of the baseline level 3. The roof is almost always made out of concrete, with big industrial lights being the main source of illumination in the entirety of level 3.1, whereas some rooms contain neon lighting instead. All rooms are connected by long, narrow corridors, whose walls are filled with gas pipes and copper cables. These cables are functional and transmit energy like they normally would. Because of this, it is recommended that one looks out for any damaged or uninsulated cables, as they can potentially harm the wanderer. These narrow corridors will almost always lead to another room, which will either be a large open area filled with lots of machinery and spacecraft, or a circular room, which stretches deep below the ground level, not dissimilar to a silo, and houses a singular rocket with no specified model or manufacturer. The only exception to this is in the rare case of corridors leading to dead ends, which is fortunately highly unlikely to occur. As previously mentioned, all rooms contain vast amounts of some form of machinery, which functions at all times without the need for human intervention. These machines seemingly operate without any power source and do not possess any power switch. Destroying the machines will not prevent them from functioning, as they will immediately be repaired by a pair of robot hands that will emerge from holes in the ceiling. upon damage being done to the machinery. To do this, the hands either use tools that are fixed to them in their arms or alternatively use apparatus. Apparatus? Or what? Apparatus that may be scattered around the room. Whilst the arms are usually passive, paying no mind to wanderers whatsoever, they will immediately turn aggressive upon being disturbed. If this occurs, they will begin hitting the offender relentlessly until they leave the area. Singular, and will continue to do so if they return later on, unless they're still at work. Much like level 3, the dangerous environment of level 3.1 pays off due to the abundance of objects that are scattered around it. These include almond water, false outlets, and fire salt, to name a few. There are also large energy storage devices that can be found across some of the rooms inside this level. Several outlets can be found on them, which can power a myriad of different man-made devices. On rare occasions, containers full of construction equipment can be found in certain parts of the level. They contain inside of them sets of construction equipment, such as sledgehammers, bolt cutters, drills, flashlights, first aid kits, construction helmets, and several other such supplies. These containers are highly sought after by major groups of the backrooms, as the objects found inside of them are vital to progress in industrial zones and habitable areas, such as level 11 and level 901. Wi-Fi is present all across level 3.1, available through Wi-Fi units mounted on the walls of every room. The signal may vary from room to room and will become highly unstable when in corridors. Temperatures throughout the rooms would be extremely high due to the presence of machines constantly operating, but the sublayer contains a gigantic network of ventilators and air vents present throughout, which keeps the temperature at around 22 Celsius. Oh my god. In all rooms and about 18 Celsius in the corridors. In the narrow corridors, wanderers will be mostly safe from entities, as they do not appear to travel across rooms. These narrow corridors contain numerous gas pipes, cables, and machinery, which are always connected between rooms. Attempting to destroy these objects has not been attempted yet, but will probably yield the same result as the aforementioned damaged machinery's repair process. One of the rare staircases which can be found on some corridors. Although most corridors simply lead to another room and contain no other exits, some do contain a staircase that allows wanderers to exit the sublayer. These appear at complete random and are extremely rare. Sometimes wanderers might come across extremely tall rooms, which are not dissimilar to silos. These rooms, which were briefly mentioned earlier in the article, always house one unbranded rocket with no identifiable model, similar to other units. They are mostly devoid of entities, save for some uncommon occasions. Thus far, it is not known if these rooms have a bottom, as the rocket seems to be suspended over an endless void by few steel arms. Control panels can also be found in a separate, secured room within the silo. They could theoretically be used to launch the rocket, but they are thankfully not known to function, being completely inoperable and oftentimes in various states of disrepair. One of the centrifuges. Other rooms which can be found, albeit not as commonly, are large centrifuges, press conference rooms, offices, and sleeping quarters. Other routes have been documented, but their scarcity has warranted them being omitted from this list. An extensive list of these routes can be found at log_3.1txt, which can be found attached to this file. Most of these routes contain large amounts of different hostile entities and are rarely ever devoid of entities. Normally, no valuable objects can be found in the less common rooms. Occasionally, however, some may contain bottles of almond water stored in containers, oftentimes together with the aforementioned construction equipment. Entities. Much like level 3, level 3.1 contains a lot of dangerous entities, although some appear in larger concentrations than others. Some of the most common entities present all across the sublayer are bursars, stretchers, clumps, skin sealers, dullers, and hounds. The open areas are where most entities present within level 3.1 can be found, usually in groups that are scattered all across the rooms. They will attack any wanderers in their vicinity, although the robotic arms will try to fight them off as best as they can. Warning: multiple instances of Entity 19, known as the disease, have been found in level 3.1. We urge all wanderers to be very cautious and maintain proper hygiene procedures to minimize the risk of contracting this deadly disease. Thank you. Bases, outposts, and communities. MEG. Base Gamma B. Small outpost formed by volunteers from Base Gamma. Consists of around 31 operatives. Will provide shelter, supplies, and medical care to wanderers, and they will route them to safer levels if possible. BNTG. Space Complex Outpost. Storage facility for the BNTG. Consists of 18 permanent members. Open to trading. Will offer reasonable prices for most objects present in level 3.1. Entrances and exits. Entrances. To enter level 3.1, travel and find the yellow staircase in level 3. At the end of the staircase, there will be a door that allows one to enter level 3.1. Be aware that by doing so, you will be unable to go back, as you will not be able to open the door anymore. Exits. To exit level 3.1, one must find the aforementioned staircases present in some corridors, which, although rare, are the safest exits. Alternatively, one may no-clip at random on walls present in rooms. Wanderers will always end up in level 4 upon exiting. Footnotes. 1. As it is thought that the arts perceive the entities as a potential threat to the machines. God, no, this was like 28 minutes long. So I hope you enjoyed. I think soon we might get to these joke entries or something. Like we have these right here. But I hope you enjoyed. Now, bye.